Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. Tonight, we've got a lot of adventure in store. Some tasks to do, some dinner to make at some point, although I'm not actually hungry right now because I just ate 4 pieces of chicken. But top on the list of stuff to do tonight is 7:30. USC plays Washington in the Big Ten Conference tournament. So that's kind of fun. Hi there, Acacia. Okay, fine lettuce. We're definitely going to have some fine lettuce. Oh, this is women's soccer. I wonder if it's the Women's World Cup that's coming this year, or the Men's World Cup. I think it's the men's. Is this where the stream where you announce having an OnlyFans? No. This is the stream where I begin with something pretty darn exciting that people often underestimate the excitement of. Namely, carrying in the groceries. People think that doesn't sound that fun. Well, they're fooling themselves. Because there are a few things in life more fun than carrying in the groceries. So I did a little bit of dishes this morning, earlier, in anticipation of what is going to be taco night. We're here on Taco Night Wednesday. Normally they do taco night on a Tuesday, sure. But we're rebels. We don't have to obey them and their rules. I did that mini grocery carry-in earlier. Got this big jug of vinegar, which Rachel uses to clean, particularly the toilets. Now, I'm going to set you down here to watch me carry in the groceries. Then maybe we'll go over what things we got at the store. We got a couple of 6-packs of Corona non-alcoholic, perfect for Taco Wednesday. Just put that one aside for the moment, that other 6-pack. All right, let's see what else we got at the store. Well, we got 24 cups of noodles. Yeah, it's good for sure.
And this is my favorite for cleaning.
Yeah. There's the. Then take this empty box of cup of noodles out, and we'll put our 2 full boxes of cup of noodles in. There we go. Making some progress. And we just put this in the garbage can. Right here. Okay. Let's see what else we got in the back. Simone told me that Jesus is black. Is that true? Well, you know. No, it's not true. It's pretty obvious to anybody paying attention that Jesus is white with blonde hair and blue eyes. Yes, T. Billings, you certainly are persistent. This is broccoli. Did we buy ice cream? We did buy ice cream. And you're going to get to see that ice cream because I am going to show you the things we got. For tonight, we've got these tortillas. Well, we'll get there. Don't try to rush the process. I'm going to put these tortillas over here because we're going to be using those tonight. Because we are making tacos. We got some refried beans. I'm going to leave those over here as well. We got your Kraft macaroni and cheese. Well, I forgot to get more Spam, but that's okay because we have 1 can of Spam left. Got an extra can of refried beans. Let's go right there. Oh! Thought this bag was empty, but really there was a bottle of pickles left in it. I'll take out these old leftovers. Okay. Put this bowl in the sink. Alright, now we've got SpaghettiOs. Those go over here. Rachel's a big fan of SpaghettiOs. You're actually eating cauliflower? Wow, that's gross. Nobody likes cauliflower. Okay. Let's go unload this one. Raisin Bran.
Pita chips.
Raisin Bran is sometimes called the cereal of champions. Cooking wine. Because this one's almost cashed, see.
Mouthwashes.
Listerine, imitation Listerine.
Imitation Benadryl.
Imitation Benadryl, which is on sale for just $1.99 a box. These razors, this deodorant, and these floss things. Now, I do believe somebody in the chat was asking about ice cream. That's right, it's Tillamook mint chocolate chip. It's gonna go into the refrigerator. I mean the freezer. This lettuce is for taco night today. We're gonna chop this up to put on the tacos. For now, it'll go in the vegetable drawer. Now, in here we also have a whole bunch of banquet frozen dinners, which were on sale. So we kind of stocked up. We got lots of different flavors. All right. I believe we have exactly one bag of groceries left. Hi, Simple Girl. Hi, Winston's Mom. Hi, Acacia. Hi, Kaleidoscopic Void. Hi, Casey Jones. And hi to anybody else I haven't said hi to. Cheese makes everything taste better. I agree. Let's see what's in our last bag of groceries. Okay. This ground beef we'll be using tonight, but it'll go in the fridge for now. This taco mix.
I'll put that with the taco stuff.
Oh, this over there. Thank you.
Yeah.
These will go in the fridge for now. This is shredded cheese also for tacos. These onions also for tacos, but for general purpose onions as well. I'm gonna put those in the vegetable drawer. Or the fruit. Yeah, there you go. We need some more of these because we're running out. We got another jar of pickles. Also, you can't have tacos without sour cream.
Yeah.
These go back up here.
We're gonna have to have more taco nights.
Yeah, we will. And these 3 more boxes of mac and cheese go up here. And then lastly, I got another thing of oil. Even though I think we probably have oil. This goes in the fridge for now. Yeah, we did have oil. Well, that's okay. We got more oil.
That's good.
It's fine. This oil here can go up here.
Put it in the pantry.
We-
Or wherever you like.
Yeah, pantry's good. Rachel's getting into the ice cream. We did not get any hot sauce or salsa, but we do have some chopped up tomatoes that have like little chili peppers in them. I was considering maybe opening a can of that. Well, now I'll take this bag of trash. Okay, we get this bag of trash. We're going to put it in here. We let that push down. Alright, it's a little more compact. We'll put this in this trash can here. And I'll come back over here. Get this trash bag. All right, we're really doing great. We're really winning at the game of life. Have you heard of the World Oddities Expo? No, I never have. Now let's go out to the car one more time to get my coffee. I feel like I have seen this stream before. I think I clicked on the wrong video. No, it's just a repeat of yesterday. So today, it's Taco Wednesday. That's the big news for everybody. Today we're making tacos. Well, search your location. It's in different areas through the year. Gonna check this one in Portland, Maine out this month. Portland, Maine, that's way too far away. Nobody can go there.
Nobody.
That's all the way on the other side of the country.
So, I have a question for you. Style question.
Uh-huh.
commentator in the middle. She's wearing a beanie. I think the fluffy part at the top looks too much like the color of her hair.
Oh, I assumed it was her hair.
Right?
I thought that was totally her hair. Let me show you guys what we're talking about. I'm still not convinced it's not her hair. Maybe it's a beanie with a hole on top of it.
Maybe. It looks way too close to her hair.
Yeah, I mean, I totally thought it was.
Yeah.
It didn't even cross my mind that it wasn't.
I did. I was like, oh, that's like an interest. That's a choice.
That's a choice.
Yeah. But then I saw her turn her head, and I was like, oh, it's furry.
Okay, we've got this Big Ten tournament game on. This is the women's game. I'm going to bring the chat up now in the other half of the tab.
Thank you for unloading the groceries.
Uh-huh. It's Russian hot. Dang. A mislead. Thought was gonna be Portland.
Oregon.
Yeah. It's Wisconsin versus Illinois, and it's the women's side of things. There is a men's game on, but it's going to be a blowout because Ohio State versus Penn State. All right. So here's the plan. You know, the USC game doesn't come on until 7:30 tonight. That's going to be the men's team, and they're going to have to win if they want to have any chance of making the big dance. They're going to need to win and win the next game too, at least, maybe the game after that. So for teams like USC, kind of on both sides, the women's and the men's team, we really need to have success here in the Big Ten tournament. Okay, what we're going to do this evening is kind of gradually move through a few different little tasks that I have in mind. I may want to clean up the kitchen a bit more than it currently is before I get started with the cooking. But when I do get started with the cooking, the first thing we're going to do is prep out stuff like chopping out the onions, chopping out the lettuce.
That's so fun.
Mm-hmm. And we already have the cheese in shredded form, so I don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to have to heat up some beans, heat up some meat. And then we've got sour cream. I could open a can of chopped tomatoes with peppers in it. I believe I have such a can. So, you know, we should have everything we need for tacos. I mentioned San Antonio because Ruben, but I don't know if he'd be as interested as I. Let me see what would be closest. All right, let's pull a couple bombers. We're gonna make hard tacos because even though this is a bit of an operation, we are actually going to fry our own taco shells. We got soft taco I mean, we got tortillas, but I'm gonna fry them in oil and make uh, hard shells out of the tortillas that way. Ooh, nice shot. We have flour tortillas. Forget about corn tortillas. We've got taco sized flour tortillas rather than the big burrito sized ones, you know. Corn tortillas, schmorn tortillas. The only reason Mexico has corn tortillas is because they hadn't invented wheat yet. Now that they've invented wheat in Mexico, uh, nobody in Mexico even eats corn tortillas anymore. True story.
So, what exhibit? What do you?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Um, I told my mom in a text that I'll call her tomorrow to talk about like visiting. Um,
Okay.
what is our plan?
That we don't really have budgeted for a trip to Vegas or anything. It's going to cost a lot of money. But and then you know just say you could also say I know there's not much to do here, but you are welcome to visit us here if you'd like.
Okay.
You can stay with us, you know.
Yeah.
And then if she wants us to visit in Vegas, then she can offer uh, to fund that, you know, if she
Okay.
wants to.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't hate the idea of going to Vegas because I feel like last time it was kind of, it didn't go as I had imagined, in part because we didn't have a car. So we had to just kind of go to the casinos and then walking range.
Yeah.
Whereas I would rather go to the El Cortez, where maybe I'll run into Bluff or
Bretsky,
Bradsky.
no?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. Um. Okay.
But you know, maybe be a little uncertain about it rather than we definitely can't afford to go. Maybe we will go anyway. You know. Vegas is a vortex to hell. Sorry to hear that. I don't want to go to hell. There's no free water in Vegas. Well, you know, one can come prepared with one's own bottles of water and other things that can make your trip a lot cheaper, you know. Uh, I could even like bring bring our coffee maker with us and make coffee in the room. Because I remember when we went to Vegas last year, I went downstairs
Oh
and
yeah.
I went to the bar to order a cup of coffee. It was $9
$9,
for a cup
yeah.
of like Folgers.
And we like our coffee too.
Yeah.
That honestly, like, and if we could keep it, if I can request, if we could keep it at the days that we did last time, that would be great. Because
Well, we
oh,
need,
okay,
otherwise we
wait,
need somebody to take care of our cats.
yeah, I know, and we
That's what it really boils down to.
it does, but I wanna, I'll tell my mom that that's what we're planning on doing because of the cats, because um it started to get, it started to go not a great
Started to go
way.
south towards the end.
Yeah. Um.
Well, I mean, the other thing is we were dealing with a lot of stress because of the car
Well,
and the house
it
being
was.
sold.
Yeah, yeah. But it was like I wanted to have my leftovers, and she got it like a little bit like, oh, like she got a little bit like of an attitude about that, and then like she started to gossip about like stuff, and it was going down like, it was, I was like, all right, like I'm ready to like, I want to leave on a high note.
Well,
Hi.
we survived
What?
last year's trip.
Yeah, we did, and I think we can do it again too. Vegas would be fun. I'll mention that um, we had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't even be fudging, except for I don't have any expected upcoming dental costs because I believe I paid everything up front.
I
But
thought you paid everything up front
yeah,
too. Yeah.
so it should be no cost. But I did mention to Rachel, like you might mention to your mom, that because of these unexpected and excessive car expenditures, you know, we're
Yeah,
trying to
that
be as
was real.
frugal as possible, which is
Yeah.
completely true.
And honestly, if she wanted to come here, like Yosemite is,
Yeah, we could take her to Yosemite one
yeah.
day.
I don't know how she would like it with the windy roads and stuff.
And she could borrow our car if she wanted to go by herself.
Yeah.
Vegas is a war zone. You go there to experience a living organism of anal assault. Uh,
We could go to Chichansky.
yeah.
There are things that we can do. Um, but Vegas would be fun. I think because it'd be nice to get away for a little bit too. We don't do that very often, so.
No. You rode the Buffalo Bill roller coaster at Prem? No longer exists. Congratulations. You got to have an experience that you can't have anymore. Yeah, it's closed now. That has a lot to do with the increase in available gambling in California, I'd imagine.
How was it, Akeisha?
Yeah, Acacia, how was it?
Hmm.
It's a little camera work for you. Is the dishwasher clean?
Mm-hmm. It
Okay.
needs to be empty. sure?
Yeah. And then I'm going to put some new dishes into it. And then I'm going to clean the counters a little bit. And then I'm going to start chopping some stuff.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Yeah, I'm going to get the big chopping board out tonight.
Ooh.
That's when you know we're talking serious business when I
Yeah.
bust out the big chopping board. I mean, when you factor in the resort fee, tax stuff, whatever else, the hotels are reasonably expensive. You can get a good room at the Flamingo for pretty cheap. You don't want to gamble there, though.
Yeah, you found that out.
Yeah. Well, it still does have some it does still have some kinds of gambling that they don't have in California, including baccarat and like real craps. In California, they have what they call California craps. Anyway, I'm not really a craps player, regardless, but.
Meow wolf. What is that?
What's what?
What is a meow wolf?
Well, presumably it's either a wolf that meows or it could be indicative of like, kind of a Little Red Riding Hood phenomenon that something's in disguise as something nice, but it's actually a wolf.
I see. Okay.
Oops, sorry, kitty. You know you were there. Definitely don't do drugs or alcohol in Vegas. That's how the spirits enter your body and control you like the aliens in Men in Black. I mean, I don't feel that's susceptible to uh, temptation in Vegas. Like, yeah, I want to do some gambling, but whatever drugs I want to do, I already have.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't drink alcohol. So, well, Teabag, you certainly have led your life.
That's true. Oh my gosh, you have to replay that. The younger girl, and the daughter, like they're like setting up for the picture, and she gives a face like, "Oh hi, trouble, sorry, I didn't
Let's
to
see.
scare you." Like,
There it is.
okay, so this is the family. They're like, that's the son, I guess. The wife. Look at her. She goes, like, what? Like, what? Like, where did we go?
And then smile.
Yeah. But I like that you caught it, like her, like being like.
Yeah. She was like clearly the whole time trying not to mess up,
Yeah.
Seemed rather Effie Tool. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there?
Oh, but we can't gamble at Disneyland. I
Right.
was just gonna ask, should we go to Disneyland? But
I mean, you know, you've talked about wanting to go.
Sure, but like, I know it's not your favorite place.
It'd be cheaper than Vegas.
It'd be cheaper than Vegas.
Probably
All right,
less.
so like,
Unless, you know, assuming I lose money.
let me. I'll bring up both things to her.
Okay. You know, so if you genuinely want to go to Disneyland, I have no problem with us meeting up, going to Disneyland, maybe getting 2 nights in a hotel down there.
Yeah,
You know,
and like, I was thinking maybe Delilah could join
could
us.
join us. That'd be great. Just nod if you can hear me. You can meet Daisy Duck.
Oh my gosh, who said that? Because literally,
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. That when I was a kid, when I was little, my goal was to meet Daisy Duck. And I wanted to meet her at Disneyland because they said in Disney World that she's only at Disneyland. She's not at Disney World.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So a goal when I was a child was to meet Daisy Duck in Disneyland. She's on the bus. That's good to know.
I can't see that. Oops. You have any bus tripping over stuff. I really liked the one I've been to in Vegas. I really liked the one I've been to in Vegas, says Acacia. You know, the other thing we could talk to Rachel's mom about, I know maybe Reno's not that exciting, but Reno's a lot closer for us than Vegas. I think Lake Tahoe's even closer. But I don't know how exciting it would be to go to Reno. I suspect that me, Rachel, and Rachel's mom might all be like, Reno, Reno.
What are we gonna be like?
Well, I was just saying how, you know, as far as a drive for us goes, Reno's a lot closer than Vegas.
Yes.
But
I was thinking, that's like a trip for us.
yeah, it's not really that much of a destination, I guess.
No.
Lake Tahoe might be cool though.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. I would like to see that. That's a goal of mine too, to see Lake Tahoe.
Well, Lake Tahoe is only 4.5 hours away.
Should I bring it up to her?
Yeah, you know, if she brings up Vegas, you could say, have you thought about Tahoe? And you could say that you could mention that it's a lot closer for us.
Okay.
But then you could also mention Disneyland.
Okay.
I have been to Lake Tahoe once before, I think, but I was probably like 13 years old. It was a long time ago. Say it, over 30 years ago. That's a long time ago. Over 40 years ago. That's a long time ago. Shitbag got robbed in Reno trying to buy blow. Well, yours is a sordid tale. Bang! Too little, too late, Minnesota. Minnesota, more like it. Because they're sad, see? Reno has the best meth, according to Casey Jones. Well, good to know. That's like the last thing I need. Nobody would feature that on an episode of Wise Decision Theater. Wise Decision Theater is one of the most boring shows ever. It's just people making prudent decisions. The story of the time that Joe stayed home from the party that got busted by the cops. Meanwhile, Joe was busy doing his homework. Joe made a wise decision. He chose wisely and avoided poor decision making. It's a good name for a show, though. Wise Decision Theater. You'd be tempted to watch it, wouldn't you? I know I would. Is the Enneagram true? Well, I mean, observationally, I think there's something to it, but it's not defensible in the way typology is. Tonight on Wise Decision Theater, Joe decides to read a book before taking a multivitamin. That sounds like a compelling episode of Wise Decision Theater, Casey Jones.
What?
Tonight on Wise Decision Theater, Joe decides to read a book before taking a multivitamin. That's the kind of story I'm looking for Wise Decision Theater. TV Guide raves. Most boring show ever. Oh, TV Guide, you're always raving about stuff. Well, I am. Yeah, there's no good game on right now. I'm almost kind of curious in this college countdown. This is gonna be the countdown for the game that includes Oregon, I guess. Why don't you watch WWE? Because I am not interested in it. A bunch of sweaty, muscly men tossing themselves around. No, thank you. Wise Decision Theater, sponsored by WD-40. Keep your hinges well lubricated. It's a wise decision. And now back to the show. Karen hydrates well before leaving for a hike and notifies others as to where she'll be going. Do I hate SI? No, I have a very mixed relationship with it. You know, I can sometimes like it a lot when it's bringing me the comfort that I need in my bones, or delivering the food that I cherish with my stomach. Then I'm liking it. When it's me having to like exert myself in moments when I'm feeling tired, I'm not so fond of. When it comes to my relationship with my distant memories and things that have happened in my life, I have mostly a very negative relationship with it. I much more powerfully remember the bad things and spend very little time enjoying any memories of any kind, really. Well, I'd rather watch that game. Is the Arizona State game on? That game is 40-42. That's a good close game. Arizona State. Show me that your basketball's great. Of course, it's not on TV. The one game I want to watch out of all these games that are on, and it's not on TV. Tonight's game against Washington should be interesting. It's a winnable game, but we also lost our leading scorer, Chad Baker at Mazzara. He got kicked off the team for shenanigans. Let's see about this one. Texas versus Arkansas. It's almost a 20-point game. Let's see about Villanova DePaul. That just started. What about Loyola St. Louis? College basketball, 18-0 at home. What's the score on this game? Let's find out. And then pretty soon we will accomplish a thing or two. So this game rather just started too. Loyola Chicago is 7-22. St. Louis is 26-3. That's not going to be a good game. Hmm. Um, where's there it is. That's all I'm going to put on for the time being. The hockey game that actually just finished, but I don't know what the score of it was. So we are looking tonight at the Montreal Canadiens, not Canadians, versus our own beloved, mighty San Jose Sharks. You might say the San Jose Sharks are the Seattle Seahawks of hockey, in that their names both start with S's. Okay, all I just have to do is background stuff for a moment or two. Let's go outside, let's have a cigarette, and then let's come back inside and let's begin working on some of the stuff that we have in store task wise. Okay. Let's enjoy the outside for a moment. Let's even.
What happened? Capio's tail popped?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I wasn't taking tail puffiness readings.
Oh, it is still popped.
What puffed your tail is a good expression in general for like meaning what ruffled your feathers, you know. Well, the Montreal Canadiens have already scored a goal. That's not boding well for our beloved San Jose Sharks. It's a lovely evening. Crisp outside, not too warm. We had that day or two of temperatures in the 70s, but those days have passed. Now, we've got a beautiful evening sunset going on in the distance. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? So, I will tell you what is rather beautiful. I think you're going to like this. Little yellow flowers. How much more beautiful can you get than that? It's a real sign of springtime. That tells us springtime is just around the corner. I believe they're called daffodils, those flowers. But I could be wrong. I'm no flower expert. I'm not a flower scientist. Yeah, they are cute. They make us seem like real people almost. You know, we live in a house, got little flowers. How much more real people can you get than that? It's all just a mirage. We're still not really real people. We're just a couple of man and woman children. Ah, well, the beat goes on. I've accomplished a few things that I feel good about this week. Opened some mail that I've been kind of avoiding opening, which what turned out to be not a big deal. And I Rachel had her. Oh, I did my typing session earlier this week. Rachel had her doctor's appointment today. We got that done. We went shopping for food. Feeling pretty productive. Yesterday I took mushrooms, but then I wanted to go to bed. Careful. I always worry she's gonna close Trouble's tail in the door. You think I'm correct about them being daffodils? um, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, right, mushrooms. I took mushrooms last night, but then I said I was tired. I wanted to go to bed, but then when I went to lie down, I had trouble going to sleep because I was on mushrooms. So I ended up taking half a Klonopin, a couple gabapentins, and a couple Benadryls, and I actually ended up sleeping quite well. Klonopins, of course, being trip killers, so, if you're ever bad tripping, take any kind of benzo. And it'll chill you out. Yeah, it was. It was. It was like I realized after I ate them and was somewhat into it that I guess I wasn't really feeling it. I was just too tired to take them without Adderall. Yeah, they were knee mushrooms. As far as strength goes, they seemed fine because I didn't take very many last night, and I was still, I think I was kind of still on the way up when I tried to go to bed. It was bad timing, but that's fine. I still feel like I incurred some of the benefits of it. Like I woke up this morning in a pretty good mood, feeling, or this afternoon, this morning. I woke up, went back to bed, etc. Trying to get good chunks of good sleep can be a little more challenging than it should be, I guess. Okay, well, I'm just not hungry yet, so I think we'll hold off on the food prep for a little while longer before I get started on the choppity chops. I could do a little cleaning up in the kitchen, though. It's not filthy in here, but it's not exactly clean either. Oh, right, I was going to empty the dishwasher. All right, so let's do that. Let's empty the dishwasher. I'll give you some more food. I'll give the cat some more food first. There you go, Trouble. All right. So, first things first, we're going to empty the dishwasher. I want you to be able to see the whole exciting process. It's about as good as it's going to get. Okay. Oh, the thrilling excitement of watching a man put some cups away.
Thank you for doing that.
Sure.
You're a helpful Henry.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're going to switch it up on you. Because I got my bachelor's degree in cinematography, of course. Did you really? No, I didn't really. We're going to get some of these plates here. This is what it looks like where the plates go. Pew, 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 pew. Now we're talking bowls. We talking bizzles. Obviously, you go through a fair number of bowls. Rachel's a real bowl lover.
I hate to admit it.
Nothing wrong with that. This is what it looks like when you love bowls. That goes there. Now we're going to mix it up. There. Wait, one more. There. Now, we've got some new dishes to put in the dishwasher. Bowl number one. Bowl number two, I see Rachel already got into the sour cream.
What?
I see Rachel already got into the sour cream.
No, that's actually ice cream.
Oh, that's ice cream. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But that's not ice cream.
How was the ice cream?
It was good.
Alright, these silverwares can all go in the silverware drawer. This one's got some stuff on it. Looks like weed butter.
How did this one come out? Clean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's put these in here. Okay. This I think I might just throw away.
What?
This broken spatula.
Oh, it's broken?
I burned through it.
Oh.
So I think I'm gonna toss it and I'm gonna wash this spatula because I'm gonna need some kind of a spatula probably. Maybe this wooden spoon here too. So we'll need to get another spatula at the store. Alright, these are fine.
What were we thinking about doing tomorrow?
Going to Merced?
Oh yeah, maybe we could get a spatula.
Maybe we could. Now, the rest of these things just go in the dishwasher. Rinse this sink out a little bit.
I don't think it's really pizza.
What's that? Okay. Now let's take a little break. We're going to get a beverage, take a little break. Then I'll go back in and clean up a little bit more as I'm waiting for two realities concurrently. One of them being the arrival of a better basketball game to watch. Hockey game's currently tied. I guess this is a two-handed operation. Applesauce cups. Yeah, well, unsweetened applesauce is a relatively low sugar kind of treat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to focus on sugar more again, but I probably will have a little bit of ice cream after dinner tonight.
I recommend it. Like the Tillamook killed it with their ice cream.
I bet. Let's go, San Jose.
Let's go, San Jose.
Ah, this is refreshing.
Good. It looks refreshing.
Let's see. What's going on the basketball front? Ah. Oh, this is the women's. Okay, well, that's fine. When my mom baked a cake during Christmas, I told her what we had to have. We had to use these Christmas themed sprinkles on it, and she got real mad.
Oh no.
But in the end, she enjoyed it.
That's sweet. It's it's kind of unlike how our I mean, I enjoy baking cookies for Christmas to a degree. Um I hated anything like that felt like an obligation. So there were times where I would rather be like, because we stopped baking cookies probably when I was like, I don't know, 25 or so. We didn't keep up the tradition. It was just too hard. But we used to do like a cookie exchange. So we used to make holiday cookies and it was fun. But then it started to like, if I were having the holiday blues, like sometimes I had the holiday blues because of different like things happening in my life, like whether I was like in an argument with a friend or just like sometimes even an argument with my mom, or like missing my grandma on Christmas. Like I would be less inclined to want to make cookies, and I feel like thinking about it and talking about it now, like I feel bad that like I was at points unable to like put my stuff aside and just like bake some cookies, but there definitely were times where um like I felt like I had to do it when I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But it is fun, like you said, like with your mom. It can be stressful too. Like baking is not, it's chemistry, so it's not that easy. You really have to have like your measurements right. So I understand like why your mom might not um have had, she could have been stressed during it or just not into it. But I'm glad that she had fun in the end because it can be really fun. It's like a bonding moment. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Acacia. If you're up to it not feeling obligated, it can be really fun. And actually, like now that I think about it, like it can be something that's like really fun that you do even do with like friends. Like have like a little like cookie baking party and like, you know, I don't know. You don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. Maybe like three, four friends max, and like you make the dough together and you like frost the stuff together. In my mind now, the more I'm talking about, it, the more fun it sounds. But yeah, you know, feeling obligated every year to do it. Well, it took the fun out of it for me, and I think it took the fun out of it for a lot of my my relatives too. I really hard. I tried really hard to enjoy being in the kitchen with a gaggle of girls or a bunch of moms who knew how they wanted things done, but in the end, it's a heck of a lot of work and not that much fun. I never. I'm saying that I like think that like baking cookies with friends is nice, but I never actually did it, so I don't know what it's like. It sounds fun.
All right, so what's the next step?
Oh yeah, what is the next step?
A little bit more kitchen cleaning. You want to clean the surfaces a bit, and I don't think I'm gonna need. Well, maybe I'll need the lids a little bit.
Oh my gosh, Acacia, that'd be so much fun for you. And like, if Ruben's around for you and Ruben to do, they have kits. So like, it's super easy to like, it's cheaper to probably buy the material separate, but it's way easier to buy a kit. And they have them like CVS. I'm pretty sure you can get like a kit to make a gingerbread house.
Excuse me. My word.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like actually remembering when the thing comes around. I that happens to me all the time where I'll be like, "Oh, that would be fun if me and Eric do that," and then like time passes and it's a total forgotten thing.
Like, I'm sure last Easter, after last Easter, Rachel and I came up with some elaborate plans for this Easter, but I don't remember them at
Okay,
all.
I have maybe something to it for Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Can we um have kielbasa and maybe German potato salad?
Sounds like a good idea. I thought you were gonna say go to church.
No. Do you want to go to church? I don't want to go to church. I'm Christian, but I don't want to go to church. I have artificial musk smelling perfume. I like it.
P.S. I do think what I read about internet spam coming from the Monty Python sketch
Oh,
may be true.
that's so crazy. How old is the Monty Python sketch? Did they know?
It was from back when they were making Monty Python and the
So that's like the 60s and
Flying Circus.
70s.
Yeah. Because it's really a joke about post World War II England where they still had shortages for some stretch of time and a lot of times the only meat they could get was spam.
Spam.
So, it's probably earlier Flying Circus, I would guess.
they know about the, was it internet spam, but like a different word for internet?
Well, I think maybe just in general, the idea of spamming comes from the fact that in that skit they say like spam, 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 spam,
Oh,
spam, spam, rat,
okay,
cheese, and spam.
okay.
It would make sense.
It would.
So, okay, we're gonna go do a little cleanup. And then after that, we're gonna do a little chopping.
Mm,
After we do some chopping, then I think I will fry up the taco shells. So I'm gonna need a pan for the meat, a pan for the refried beans, and a pot for the taco shells.
a pan, and a pot.
Pan, and a pot. Uh, Although it might be better to do the taco shells in a pan. Oh. So maybe I need 3 pans. I do love sweeping, Casey Jones. You're not wrong. And yes, we could use a little sweeping in the kitchen, but that's not actually what I'm planning on doing right now. Oregon's taking it to Purdue, looks like. All right. Let's get quizzical. Quizzical. All right, first thing I want to do actually put this away.
That's so
I guess it just has to go like that. I can put this in the tech closet. Okay. Now we are going to do a bit of surface cleaning. So I'm going to use the old double, triple, quadruple method. That's not what I meant to do. The old double, triple, quadruple method does not involve pouring water into your jar of Ajax. What it does involve, I'm going to start with a wet sponge. I'm going to put a little bit of the old dish soap on it. And we're going to give this a little scrubby dab, 3 men in a tub. Alright, we're going to rinse that out a bit. And we get it with some more water and wetness incorporated. Push those things over there. Now we've got some of this Ajax, which will help. Okay. Okay. It's off to a good start. Next, we're going to go over it with this and fry it and all that. Okay. That part of the counter now qualifies as clean enough. And you don't need to go any bigger than clean enough. Now we've got the next part of the counter over here. These things are clean. I'm just going to put them in the drawer. This I'm not going to be using. This is the little cutting board. So we'll just rinse this little cutting board off. And put it right there. This is my coffee. This is my old coffee. I'm going to throw this one away. Now I've got some ingredients here. I'm going to move these here for the moment. That really shouldn't be there. Okay. So these lids, at least this lid could go in the dishwasher. This lid I'm going to want to clean because I'm going to use this lid when I'm cooking, I think. So we'll just wetten it a bit with some water. Then we'll add a little bit of dish soap. Take this scrubber and use a circular motion to clean it.
Wow, everything is so clean. Nice job.
Thanks. Alright, this is nice and clean. We can put this back over here on the pan. This lid you can just clean off and put away. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry if I alarmed you there. I alarmed me. Next we've got these. These can go into the dishwasher. I could wash them by hand, but I'll just put them in. Alright. Now we're really getting close to being ready for chopping and such. We just have this area of the counter yet to clean. So, I think I'll start the same way I did last time. I'll get one of these sponges here, a la this sponge, and put a little soap on it, a little more water on it, and then we're just going to soap and water down this part over here. Okay, we're just going to scoot all the little crumbs and such into the sink. And we're going to scrub all around here, all this counter over here. Okay, get that right there. Push all that into the sink. Now we're going to rinse this. I'm going to rinse this sponge. And we're going to come over here again. And we're going to push this into the sink. Let me get back here. I'm just going to push this into the sink. We're going to push this into the sink.
You're very good at showing.
Thanks. Now we're rinsing this off. We'll just put that aside for now. Next we need paper towels. Okay, we're going to just dry this whole area off using our drying hand and paper towels. Now because we're not just pushing into the sink in this instance, we're going to need to throw these paper towels away once we're done with them. There we go. Looks like a fine job indeed. Okay. Get some of this water that fell down over the edge a little bit. Then we've got some paper towels to go into the trash can. Well, things certainly are looking up, but there's one bit of counter left to go, and that's right over here. So, we'll start in the good old-fashioned way. Namely, by getting this, making it full of hot water. So this water is very hot right now. And then we're going to put some soap on it, like so. We'll come right over here. And we're going to scrub our way to victory. Okay. Now with this one, we're going to go straight to the paper towels. And get that cleaned up as much as possible over here. All right. Voila. We have all the cabinet space, the counter space cleaned up. I do need to sweep in here, but we're going to do that later. Now's not the time for sweeping. Let me get this off a little bit of water from down there. All right. By and large, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Eh? Not too bad. I'm going to give myself an accomplishment score of 5. Lou Holtz died? Oh. Wow. Yeah, to be honest, if you had asked me if he was alive, I would have said, I'm not sure. But I guess the answer now is no, he's not. Oh. That's a satisfying cerveza. So, we've got upcoming on tonight's stream, and we're going to continue to stream away here until, at least until the start of the SC game, maybe through part of it, but we're going to continue streaming it all the way until we're completed all of our tacos and taco prep and made the tacos and sat down to enjoy them. So we've got a ways to go before all that's done. First up, we're going to chop up some lettuce. We're going to chop up some onions. I'll look at my tomato options. Now I'll say right out the gate here. This is a very dishes intensive meal. So I am going to use a lot of bowls and dishes and so forth. And yeah, maybe tonight is not the most, fervently attended stream in history, but I have a plan. So whether there's 0 people here, 10 people here, 5 people here, I'm here through the entire taco making experience. And I'm going to show you how to make tacos. Do you think tacos just make themselves? No. It takes a lot of skill, focus, and other stuff to make tacos. That was a good bong rip. Nothing too special right now in terms of games currently on, but that's fine because we've got tasks to do. Hey, cat down the road, you're here. How have we been? We've been fine. I think getting better in general. Currently, we're having taco night, and I'm in the process of preparing to make tacos. I started off by cleaning the kitchen, bringing the groceries in actually, was the first step. Hellman's mayo. I never get Hellman's mayo. I always get best food mayonnaise. Anyway, we're taking a little bit of a break, but soon enough, we're going to. I think they're both the same fucking guy. I think Trump is just as bad as Putin with his naked aggression. They're totally the same guy. They're so similar. And the in his first term, at least all he did was fail to support Ukraine. In his second term, now here he is fucking attacking Iran and anyway, I don't want to talk politics. That stuff's depressing like Gregory Fesson. We're gonna go inside the kitchen in a moment, the newly cleaned kitchen, and dirty it. We're gonna do that in a moment. I'm gonna start the process. So this is kind of a labor-intensive dinner, kind of a dishes-intensive dinner, more importantly, but it's a fun dinner and a delicious dinner. Oh, I know, Putty Cat. I know. a game that obviously we have to win. Well, I think that maybe getting rid of Chad Baker Mazara is going to actually help our team. Seems like he was a bit of a clubhouse cancer. All right. All right, so look at this. This cutting board, and it's got this part hanging over the edge here. Why? Well, because watch this, baby. Watch this. Put that in there. I should rinse these out, I guess. Put that in there, or I could put this one. I don't know. The point is, I've got these things. I guess I'll use these things. That seems sensible. I could put onions. I wish I had kind of like one that was half the size of this. I could put onions. I could put lettuce. I need one for cheese. Or I could put the. And then.
Oh, you're gonna use the little cubbies?
Yeah, I'm gonna use them.
That's good.
I can put lettuce, onions, cheese. But then I could even, if I wanted to, like, put sour cream and tomatoes maybe in here. Let me rinse all of these things out. Or I could like put the lettuce and this one down here maybe. Then I could put like onions in here, sour cream in here, tomatoes in here. I could even put like the beans and the meat in here. In theory. It's not a bad idea, right? Beans and meat, like meat, beans. I could put everything in these things. Alright. I'm really feeling this. Now that I've set this up, Now I think we'll end up with some leftovers of this, which we can. There's lids for these little things too, so we could just put it all away in the fridge like that, and have cold tacos tomorrow.
That sounds good.
So, okay, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette when I come back in. Right? Isn't that a cool thing? Cut down the road. Rachel's mom got that for us. It's
Yeah, and the bowls, like in this case, are really handy.
for exactly this kind of meal. It's perfect because
Mm-hmm.
for taco night you need to have a lot of little dishes of different little things. So I'm trying to think order of operations here. Of course, order of operations is very important. After I do all the chopping, I'm thinking that it might be a good idea to fry the taco shells. I could even get the oil hot I'm while I'm meowing the meow. So I've got kind of, I think, a good idea for how to make the taco shells fold in half while being in the oil. I think I'm gonna take a wooden spoon and put it in there for a second when I drop it into the oil until it kind of like sets its shape a bit and then pull the wooden spoon out. That might very well work. So I'm thinking like I could make, well, I'm gonna make a pound of ground beef. And although I could, in theory, cook half pound today, half pound tomorrow, and then we could do hot tacos again tomorrow. You know, I could. I just made 6 shells right now. Half of the beef, uh, half a can of beans. Or this one of those things needs to have shredded cheese in it. I forgot to mention that. We unfortunately don't have any fresh jalapenos, but we may have a can of like diced tomatoes and Ortega chilies. I'm hopeful we do have that. If so, I'll make that kind of be just a dish of that's, you might say chopped tomatoes, you might say salsa. I thought about going crazy and getting an avocado even, but then I asked myself, Eric, are you really that crazy? What are you, the king of Mexico? And I had to be honest with myself when I answered, no, Eric, you're not the king of Mexico. Do you like cilantro? I don't dislike cilantro, but I didn't even think to get any cilantro. It's one of those things that it's like unlikely to have crossed my mind. Eric, are you really that crazy? Uh, I mean, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how to measure quantity of craziness equal to that crazy. I guess it would be, you know, if I got an avocado or not. So the answer is no, I'm not that crazy. Upgrade to the flavorful nut pack. Got a dentist appointment on Monday. I totally thought it was much later in the month, but it's Monday, 1 o'clock. So we'll see what the dentist says. I'm surprised that Purdue is trailing at the half to Northwestern, but sometimes surprising things happen. They say. Okay, well, I'm ready to go inside. I'll leave you looking at the prep area in the kitchen while I go to the bathroom. Then I'll be back and we'll start doing some prep. You can guess what's coming with that scene, huh? Okay, we're back. First things first, we're going to wash our hands in the old sink. That's some hot water. Like the fires of Venus. Okay. Next, we're going to change the title of this live stream. R.I.P. Lou Holtz. We're going to change the title of this live stream to Cooking Tacos. Yeah, I know. I get it. You're not wrong if you want to tell me tacos are normally a Tuesday thing. I'm not going to disagree with you. Now, if I had thought to do tacos and felt like doing tacos yesterday, that would have been more thematically appropriate. But I wasn't feeling it yesterday. I didn't think of it even. Cooking tacos the Eric way.
Ooh, I like that. Did you find? Do we have tomatoes and?
We do. I'm not sure if we're gonna have exactly the right kind of tomatoes. We'll find out.
Okay, that's fine.
We will find out.
I'm really attached to you.
Oh, thanks, darling.
You're welcome. I hope I don't ever bother you.
You don't bother me. Of course not. You're just as important to me as I am to you.
It's nice having that.
Okay. Let's do what the title promises now. Let's cook tacos the Eric way.
Yay!
Now, really, to give credit where credit is due, this is the Jane Strauss way. But now that she's dead, I've inherited it, so it's the Eric way.
Oh, you've inherited it. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the big knife out. All right, good enough. Now, we're going to need, if we're going to cut stuff on a cutting board, we're going to need, obviously, stuff to cut. So, what I'm going to do to help everybody keep up with this process as best as they possibly can is I'm going to give you the countertop view of a lifetime. Wow. That's a real bird's eye view. We've got this little chopper here. And We're going to start with a bit of lettuce. This is the right kind of lettuce for tacos. Namely, iceberg lettuce. You don't want to try to make your tacos with some other kind of lettuce. That wouldn't be appropriate. Alright. So, as always with lettuce, you just take off the outermost leaves, a couple of leaves. And then, you actually don't even need to wash it. That's how it is with iceberg lettuce. So, I'm going to chop about that much iceberg lettuce. Does that seem like about the right amount? We wanted to be extra safe. We could take that leaf off too. Maybe I'll rinse it anyway. I don't know. That's what my mom taught me. Was that with iceberg lettuce, you just have to take off the outer couple of leaves, and it's fine. Now, when it comes to taco lettuce, you want to cut pretty small. So I'm going to go across a few times here too. Just like this. Okay. Now, for this one, let's just go ahead and put it down here. Okay, that's fine. Now I'll take these leaves back out of this bag. These will go in the compost pile. We can go put those right now, but we could just wait till the end. And I have more stuff to go in the compost pile. Meanwhile, this one will go back in here. And this will go back into the vegetable crisper. What do we have here? Why, this is an onion. So, we're going to chop off the end of it. And then get about that much onion. Pull that part away. Put this part over there. Then we're going to take this onion. We're going to chop it up. We're going to chop it up real small, just like we did the lettuce. Obviously, this chop here became a bit of a mess. Okay, making some progress. Let's see. Okay, we're chopping that up like nobody's business. We're gonna just chop, 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 chop. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. That seems like it's probably enough onion. I do want to have a little bit of onion to put into the beef. I can see why these onions were on sale for so cheap. They're a little bit late stage onionism. All right. Keep these for the beef. Just a little bit of onion in the beef. Put those in there. Okay, now I wonder if I should put these onions just right here. That'll work out fine. Alright, well, I'll just put these ones in here too. And then I'll get them out when it's time to cook the beef. This can go back into the fridge in its very own Ziploc bag. Thank you. Okay, we got a couple other things that need to go in a little boat, namely el queso and el cream sourdough. That's satisfying. Very satisfying. All right. Moving right ahead. Let's go ahead and do the sour cream. Come on. There we go. Alright, we got that off finally. And we'll go ahead and actually put this off for a moment. We still have to fry the tortillas, so let's put these cold things off for a moment. We'll just cover this up with these, keep them nice and cool. Alright, we'll put these away for a moment. Alright, now let's start over here in the hot station. These are tortillas. I think this is probably the best choice for frying these bad boys. We're going to get a little bit of this oil. And then we'll pour it into there. Okay. Now we will get this lid, put it on here. Just give that a moment to boil up. I'm going to use the back of this spoon here. Actually, this one's better, I think. Or possibly, actually, this might be best of all. We'll put this to make it fold in half. And that is, of course, once the oil gets sufficiently hot. Now, over here, we'll put this with some paper towels on it. And this is where we're going to put the taco shells when they're done. Okay. Some good TE so far. Knock on wood. Yeah, onions don't make me cry. Not having onions makes me cry. Okay. Well, I hope you're enjoying tonight's intimate live stream. As we work our way forward towards the USC game.
So good in here.
Well, it's just some oil frying up at the moment.
Onions too.
Oh yeah, onions. So we're looking to do a repeat meal tomorrow, which means we're going to do just 6 taco shells. We're going to do half a pound of ground beef. We're going to do half a can of refried beans, and figure with the cheese and all the other toppings that should probably be enough for 6 tacos. That's what I'm thinking. You may call me a dreamer, and that's fine and all, but really, I'm not a dreamer. He's going to be pretty big, actually. Still, I think 6 is the right amount. See how that's going to work? I've got this folding implement. I'll just dip it in when the oil's nice and hot. Kind of on a little bit of an angle. And then once it gets some firmness to its shape, I will turn it around and such. But that is not hot enough yet. You can see the oil starting to heat. You can see the lines of heat emanating forth from the center of the pan. How do you know when it's hot enough? I don't really know. I'm just gonna, I guess, make sure it's not too cold by erring on the side of hotter. I mean, if it starts to splatter, certainly I'll know it seems to be hot enough at that point. And you know, if you try to put it in when it's not hot enough, it's just going to get all oily and gross. So you're just going to have to be patient. You're just going to let it go for a little while longer. Make sure it's nice and hot. Have you fried flour tortillas in oil before? Maybe. Maybe not. Look, just have faith in my truth, okay? This is my truth, Winston's mom. Hopefully they come out okay. If I'm not happy with the way it looks, then maybe we go soft tacos. You know, soft tacos are no crime. Have you tried frying flour tortillas in oil before? What are you supposed to fry them in if not oil? Like lard? Well, still not bubbling or anything, but really sure how hot it is, I guess. We'll just let it cook away for a little while longer. Are you suggesting, Winston's mom, that the tortillas would come out better if I dip them in pancake batter first? It's not a bad idea. I'm going to give it to you, Winston's mom. That is not a bad idea. There certainly are a lot of lines at the bottom. I wonder why it does that. It like has like roots or veins looking things emanating from the center to the sides. I'm sure it has something to do with like convection or some boring explanation like that.
I don't know if you saw, but Victorian Clan says yes, don't put it in until it's hot. TYYP says you got this, Eric.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Mrs. Mo says, oh my gosh, pancake batter tacos.
It seems pretty hot, right? Look at the sizzle when I put this in. Alright.
Any bubbles?
Yeah, I think it's ready to go in. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. Now we just need to turn it over, and then I need to get a poker of some kind, like this. Get out of there, air. God damn it.
Nice.
Okay. That's one taco shell. I think we'll just do 4 taco shells.
Sounds good.
Those seem like pretty big taco shells. Alright, number 2. Okay. That's 2 shells. Now, shell number 3. Okay. Now we're cooking with beeswax. Last one. She said that she would try it, or?
She will.
Oh. Wow, that's wonderful news. Take that as a vote of confidence.
It's looking good.
Okay. Turn that off now. And we've got some taco shells right there. I'm going to save this oil for tomorrow because I plan on repeating the same meal tomorrow. Since we kind of got enough ingredients to do it twice, you know. So, actually maybe we'll set that can of oil inside the oven for it now. So it's out of the way. Alright, tortillas go back in the fridge. These things, I do not need them. They can go into the sink, I think. Do I need them for anything? No, I don't think so. Alright, so I'll put this in the oven. So it'll be out of the way. Alright, now I've got meat to cook and beans to cook. The beans, I think I'm actually going to put in a bowl and microwave them. It seems might be a little bit faster, easier, more efficient in general. So, okay. I got the can opener. We will set it down here. Okay. Now, Bring this here. That seems to be about half the beans. So that's enough beans for 4 tacos. Just kind of stir this around a little bit. All right. This I will save for tomorrow. I guess half of a can probably involves one more scoop. Okay. This I will rinse off, I guess. Because we'll need it to scoop out the hot beans onto the taco. So I just set this down right here for the moment. We'll put this back in the refrigerator. Okay. Then we'll get those beans and we'll put one of these on top. Now I know microwave's not necessarily the best way to heat things up, but it's gonna save me an extra pan. Alright, now we've got this with some saran wrap over it. We're going to put it in the microwave. I'm not even going to start it quite yet. But probably when I let it go, I'd say, what, 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Maybe 3 minutes. Alright. Let me look at my tomato options here. Aha, I thought so. We do have this, and this is Rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies, perfect for tacos. We'll use half of this can as well. I think I feel comfortable pouring this now. I need the can opener again, which is here. We'll open this can. Okay, now with this one, I don't know if we really want all that juice. But I've got an excellent solution for that. This is the juicing basket. I'm going to pour some of these tomatoes in here. I'll leave the rest for tomorrow. And then I think I will put this, Well, I don't want it to drip on the onions of the lettuce. So I think what I'll do is I'll pour it into here now. And then I will rinse this out. Okay. Now that I've got this one done, put this tomatoes, put these in the fridge. In order to have repetition Thursday. This time I'm just going to put this over this. Okay. We've got tomato, we've got lettuce, we've got onion. We're going to have shredded cheese, which we could put in here. And we're going to have sour cream, which we could put in there. Oh yeah, sorry. Alright, so we've got lettuce under here, we've got tomatoes here. I'm going to put sour cream in here. I'll do that now. And shredded cheese into here. Then I'm going to put meat and beans into this one. And we'll have a real party on our hands.
A real party.
So here we've got taco cheese blend. You see, I didn't get just any old cheese blend. I got the proper blend for tacos. Okay. Got our cheese right there. Might want a little more cheese. Yeah, this will still leave us half the cheese for tomorrow. Now we're going to get the sour cream. We're going to put that right there. Should be enough for 4 tacos. Let's leave that spoon right there. We need to get another spoon for these other things too, probably. We could pinch the onions and the lettuce up with our fingers, I guess. I'll get a spoon for the onions anyway. Okay, last thing we need to deal with now is cooking the beef. And you may note that we have ranch taco mix. This is 1 packet for 1 pound. We're going to make ½ pound of ground beef, so we're only going to use half the packet. Okay, here's our pound of ground beef. technically this is only 0.95 of a pound. Closest to a pound I could find. And don't be fooled, friends, by the lean ground beef conspiracy. They'll try to charge you more money for leaner ground beef, even though fatter ground beef is better. Alright, there's a little meat chintzy, so put a little bit more. Now I'm going to just get some of this. Just wrap it up. Okay. Here we go. We've got ground beef, the rest of which is going back into the fridge. And you know what? I'll just use these for this. I was going to put real onions in here, but I just use this. Got a new jar of these today. I'm not worried about using that in the rest of my existing jar at all. Half a packet of this. Well, let me start it up first. Then I'll put it in a little bit after it starts cooking. Alright, well that starts up. Let's make a quick trip to the old compost pile. And boy, oh boy, are you guys in for a treat tonight. You're going to love these delicious tacos. Alright, into the compost pile that goes. Back to the kitchen we go. We've got this to start cooking our ground beef. And this is fresh from the store, it's not frozen at all, so it's not going to take forever to cook. When it gets close to the end, I'll put the refried beans on for about 3 minutes. I need more beef. Well, maybe I do need more beef, but the thing is, I'm just making tacos for 2 people, and I want to have a repeat meal tomorrow, so I used half the beef. It's about half a pound of ground beef. You know, if we were just having beef, I would think, well, we'll need at least a pound for the two of us. But we're also having refried beans, shredded cheese, sour cream, tomatoes, onions, lettuce, plus these rather bready looking taco shells. Alright. Half of this stuff. Okay, I think that's about done. Let me start the refried beans. Alright, we've got our container here.
That looks like the top of the leg to me.
Thank you. Okay. Then we've got this. Next, we need to wait for the refried beans. I think what we're going to do actually is open it up, stir them around a bit, make sure they get heated evenly. Maybe 3 minutes is more than needed. They certainly look hot. But I assume they're as hot as they look. All right. Check that out. Ooh la la.
Ooh la la, indeed.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my tacos, and then I'll let Rachel come make her tacos.
Yeah, sounds good.
Or I could just make them all if you want. If you prefer to make your own, that's fine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go in the following order: beans, meat. Probably have the meat and beans have separate spoons. I got a different spoon. Then
Eva says, yo, too good.
I'm gonna do a little bit of the old sour cream. I need a separate utensil that scoops up off of the spoon. Okay. Then I need to get a spoon for the tomatoes. That takes a lot of utensils. Alright. So after the sour cream, let me smush that across a little bit. After the sour cream, I get some cheese. Then, gotta get some lettuce. This one I might just grab with my hands. Some tomatoes. Some onions. And voila! I'm just gonna start with one taco here. Since that was quite the production. Alright, Rachel, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. All the fixin'. All the fixins of old Mexico. Let's see how she blows, or where she blows. Does she blow there? Hmm. Okay. So maybe the tortilla shell did not come out quite as crispy as one might ideally dream. But hey, maybe you should stop living in the world of ideal dreamers. Oh, that pretty well does indeed slap. This is like a triumph of international cuisine.
Yeah, it is.
Is experience identical to brain activity? Well, that's a good question. I'd say no. There appears to be components of mind that are not straight up expressions of physical brain activity. Hmm. Wow. Interesting taco shell? Sure. But delicious taco overall? Definitely.
Rubber dub dub, thanks for the grub.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm. That's some good taco right there. He did it.
Mm.
I had a weird dream last night. I don't remember what happened in it. I know you were in it. And something upsetting was happening. So I woke up and I was just like, I mean, it wasn't like we were fighting or something. It was like we were against something else.
We were against the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because that's how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of shockingly good.
It's really good. Like taco stand worthy.
Mm. Yeah, I watched some NDE stuff on YouTube. Some of it's pretty trippy. Mm. If I got this at the Mexican restaurant, I would not complain one bit.
I know. It was so good. You need a napkin?
No, I got one. Brain death, body death, baker's man. Bring me some death as fast as you can.
Bring me some of extra tacos as fast as you can.
Yeah. Mm. I will be making my second taco, but not right this second. Before I do that, I got a cigarette. And then, maybe after the SC game starts, I'll put together taco number 2. Oh, I think 2 each was the right amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was originally going to do 3 shells each.
Oh, the shells are big.
Yeah, when I saw how big the shells are,
Yeah.
they're like sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That was a real gift to the stomach. Our experience most likely drives brain activity. Although someone in a coma can be recited the alphabet on the daily and comprehended upon awakening. Like, you mean someone wakes up from a coma and they're all, I finally understand the alphabet. I don't believe in dualism. I'm a physicalist or identity theorist. Okay. I think that mind and brain refer to different things, and kind of like mind activity and brain activity get measured on different metrics. I'd say, yeah, but isn't it all really determinist? You know, determinist? No, it's not. Humans are open systems, so they adjust to new realities. The same reality with new data, you know. If in fact things were determinist, then people would be able to predict stuff, you know. After that meal, you got to be sleepy. Yeah, I'm not sleepy. Oh, I'm gonna have some ice cream. That's right. Trying to cut down on sugar, but we got this delicious looking ice cream at the store today. I'm gonna have myself a bowl. I think I'm gonna make my other taco, put it in the fridge, eat it later, and I'll eat some ice cream now. Mmm, mint chocolate chip, which is of course mint ice cream with chocolate chips inside of it. I think the chocolate in the mint chocolate chip may even be mint chocolate. I'm not sure about that though. Although if it were, it should be called mint chocolate chip. Everybody singing the same song. It's just tonight, 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 tonight. I never knew these artists talk so much about dying. But everybody's singing the same thing. It's all touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me tonight. Just throw it right inside. Okay, that's fine. And luck is always better than skill at things. We're flying blind. Except for you. And you know who you are. This is a love song. Thanks, darling.
You said you're a rock star.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I have a bit of a headache. I think I'm gonna lay down.
All right, you do you.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm gonna make myself a bowl of ice cream.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And then I'm going to make my last taco. Maybe I'll make my last taco first to get that put away and out of the way.
You don't need these anymore, right?
Okay. Okay. Now that's, oh, forgot tomatoes. This taco here I'm going to put into a bag. I should wrap it up in this. No! God damn it. Stuff's kind of sloppy. Well, oh, my back hurts. Ice cream. Ice cream, you scream. Let's enjoy some frozen milk. Oh, okay. This is actually vanilla ice cream with mint chocolate in it. So it's named correctly. I assume because of the color of the container that this ice cream is going to be green. I was wrong. Let's go enjoy this feast. I'll clean up in here later. The ice cream's mint, even though it's white. Mint ice cream's not allowed to be white. All right. USC is up 9-4. SC is 18-11. Washington is 14-15. They're similar in terms of their league record, though. Mmm. Can you get down, please? Thank you. Mmm. That is luxurious. Mmm. When I'm talking about eating, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see, what's this? Mmm. Limeade and mint ice cream, delicious. That's quite the combo. Rachel recently started getting limeade. You know, lemonade gets all the big press, but I gotta say, limeade, it's fantastic. She gets Paul Newman's brand limeade. Mm, super good. High Alamo City Cello. Mmm. This tastes like a trip to the Kentucky Derby. I kind of wish that either didn't have the pieces of chocolate in it or that the pieces of chocolate were smaller. Man, I could drink that limeade all day. Stuff's delicious. Southern Comfort, is that even whiskey? I don't even think it's whiskey. It's some kind of like sweet schnapsy liqueur thing. You don't hear about it. You don't think about getting into the store. You think, oh, maybe we'll get some lemonade, right? But you don't think, how about limeade? Maybe you're not even thinking that limeade exists. Well, it does exist. And I'm here to tell you it deserves to exist because it is amazing. It's like, why aren't there more cocktails made with limeade? It seems like the perfect thing to mix cocktail into, mix liquor into, to make a cocktail. USC driving the lane, nice. 2 point basket. Without our leading scorer on the season, Chad Baker Mazzara, the USC team may be worse on paper, but may be better in practice because, from what I could tell, Chad Baker Mazzara was not the hmm, um, I don't even know what I said. All right, I'm gonna pull a couple of barn reps before I finish eating my ice cream. Right? I'm not sure I'd really ever tried it before. Call it foul on SC. Right. So, right, Chad Baker Mazzara, I don't think he was very good for team chemistry and whatnot. He was a little bit of a spoiled, selfish player. So, we may be better off without him. This may be the spark we needed to go on a run here in the tournament. We're currently down by a point to Washington, but now we're up by a point. Today I said to Rachel in the car, you take the front hole and I'll take the back hole. But I was just talking about where to put our drinks. Because, we have two cup holders, one in front of the other one. Normally, think of uh, drink holders as being side by side, but not in the Chevy Cruze. Because, of course, this is a family friendly show. Well, now we're down by 3. Holy Christmas. The South African cocktail features the body of a bird with the tail of a man's cock. Well, that was Ab Fab. That was a true triumph of culinary delight from start to finish. From taco to ice cream and beyond. 1717 now. Going to commercial. I'm going to take you outside for another cigarette. And then I'll probably wrap this up. Now listen, Teabag. I think ass napkins is a really mean nickname for show media. He may not be your favorite, but that doesn't excuse you from calling him ass napkins. Alright. Now, Teabag, you, me, and ass napkins, let's go outside and smoke a cigarette. Oh, see, it's stuck already. Yeah, I know what you said. I was just playing around. Okay. I need this hat because it's pretty cold outside. Hello there. I can't read your name right now because I'm outside. But you know, today we really had the Feast of St. Stephen. Oh, I do have a lot of cleanup still to do from taco night, but I may kind of leave it till the morning somewhat. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put some lids on those things, but not really. Not really like go overboard. Yes, okay. Right by 2 points. What does it say? Lids? Yeah. Oh, those little containers that come with the cutting board, they actually have lids on top of them. Put lids on, I like put them in the fridge. And then when I begin the process again tomorrow, yeah, well, maybe a little bit if I don't have lids for them. 19-19, we just missed a 3-pointer, but we got a rebound, and that's a foul on them on the rebound for sure. So tight ball game so far, not unexpected given their respective records of the two teams. SC's got a lot of work to do if they want to make the tournament. So does Washington. They have even more work to do. Washington probably has to win the whole tournament. SC probably has to win 2 or 3 games. I have to say, I'm surprised at all the snow you had. I mean, it's just gone. Good for water needed though. Yeah, well, it would be even better for water if we were to get another snow here before the spring is up. And maybe we'll stick around a little bit. The thing about that particular snow was that, like, the day after all that snow fell, or maybe the day after that, I'm not sure exactly, but it was like 70 degrees outside. So it really melted fast. It's been colder the last couple of days. Okay. (21-19) USC. We may very well win this game. Don't be shocked if SC wins this game. Underdogs by 5.5 points, but I think getting rid of Chad Baker Mazzara may have done the team some good. All right, let's maybe put a thing or two away here. Well, I've got a few lids, but not quite as many as I expected, really. Put this lid on here. This one I can just rinse out. It's pretty much empty. I can put lids on these two. Wow, this is such a convenient thing. It's crazy. It's like I put the lid on this thing and I just pushed it down and it went all flat. This one, I just rinse out this one too. And then last up we've got this like so. Okay. Look at that. All wrapped up and ready to go. I guess I even have an extra one of these lids, so that's fine. Well, that's pretty convenient. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I'm gonna watch this basketball game. And then I'm gonna go to bed. So thanks for being here. And hope you have a great evening. Love you all. See you later.